What is good, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another review. This is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey, and today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray. Now, before we jump into the review of this here sneaker, this is your first time here, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are currently holding a giveaway that will be running until the end of February, so you have until this upcoming Sunday to enter, and I have details about how to enter that giveaway at the end of this video. Also, please consider leaving this video a like, as that does help YouTube channels grow. Really do appreciate all of you guys watching, all your support, all your comments. That's definitely helping the channel grow, so I really do appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for being a part of the Not Your Average Sneakerhead family. I also noticed that only 5% of people that watch my videos are currently subscribed to my channel. So right now would be a good time to jump on board, enter into that giveaway, and stay tuned for more nice reviews coming up here in the future. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump into some details about this sneaker. Now, the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray released on Saturday, February 20th. These did have a retail price of $190, and they did release, I want to say, pretty much internationally, but these actually weren't as easy to get as I would have expected. So let's go and jump to details about the release. I was able to pick up my pair from my local spot corporate, so really do appreciate them looking out for their local customers with their raffles and their pickups. Also was able to get a pair for my daughter as well, so really do appreciate them for looking out for the family. But as you can imagine, these definitely did sell out nationwide, and the resale price on these isn't too bad right now. But we'll talk more about resale prices later on in the video. And hopefully this review gives you guys a pretty good look at this sneaker in hand. You guys can decide whether or not this is one that you would want to pay resale for, or if you're going to go ahead and choose to pass on this one altogether. But first things first, let's take a look at the box. So these do come in a little bit different Jordan 3 box. The printing on everything is the same as the ones we saw in 2020, but this does have some special coloring for this Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray colorway. So you guys can see this is like more like in a, it is like in a gray, but it's more of a gray that has a little bit of a yellowish tint to it. You do have a red Jumpman there on the top. Then on this side of the box here, you do have some gray elephant print. And there's no other branding anywhere on the sides of the box. And you do have your sizing label. This does read Air Jordan 3 Retro. Colorway is silver, sport red, and light graphite. And they had a retail price of $190. And there's a label in case you guys need to see that for any reason. And once you get inside of the box, basic flip top box there, no stamp or sticker on the top of the box. You do have some cement print paper on the inside, or that could be called elephant print paper, up to you. Then your sneakers are right there under that, and that's pretty much it for details of the box. Let's look at the sneaker itself. So if you're not familiar with the Air Jordan 3 in the cool gray colorway, these released, I want to say, back in 2006 or 2008, one of those years. This was back when Jordan was doing a whole cool gray campaign. You had a cool gray 3, you had cool gray 11s, you had cool gray 9s, which actually are really fire. But this cool gray 3, it does look really similar to the original one from back in the early 2000s with some upgraded materials, and that's what Jordan Brand says when you pick them up off the sneakers app. You guys can see there on the sneaker, this has some really nice materials. But we'll start here at the toe box. So the toe box is wrapped in, right here at the mudguard, that is wrapped in a gray elephant print all the way around. You guys can see that does wrap around the front of it. It is a lower cut of the elephant print, and we start to see Jordan Brand do that a lot with 2020 releases of Air Jordan 3. Then right above that, you do have some paneling that goes right above the elephant print. Then you do have your toe box there, and that is all done in a very, very soft gray nubuck suede material. You guys can see it does have some little bit of a texture to it as well. It does have some very light color change if you do rub your finger over it, and I'll give you guys some pretty good shots of how that looks there in the camera. Moving on to the rest of the lateral side, you still do have the mudguard that wraps up right there along the bottom of the lateral side, and that is also done in suede, where usually that's done in like a smooth leather. Then right above that, you do have one big panel of that gray nubuck leather, and as I mentioned before, very good quality nubuck leather there. It's extremely soft. You guys can see how it does tumble and wrinkle in the camera, and you can also see right below it too. I see like the little cut of the leather right looking inside of there. Then moving above that panel is right where you have your eyelets. You do have a much darker gray color right there. and that is where some lighter gray eyelets are. I do need to mention down here where your first shoelace eyelets start, that is done like in a yellowish type of color. It's more like of a yellow orange color, and that does give the sneaker a nice little pop of contrast. Moving on to the rear of the lateral side, you do still have that elephant print that wraps around the panel right there. Then a little bit higher, you have another nubuck panel up here, and the top of the two eyelets there is in that same yellow oranges type of color. Moving on to the rear of the sneaker, you do have the Jumpman Air panel on the back. So these do not have Nike Air branding on them, as it is not an OG colorway, and they typically save those for OG colorways and collaborations. But you do have a red Jumpman there with that same orangish yellow color Air text right below it. You guys can still see that elephant print wrapping around the back. You do have your plastic heel tab right there at the top, and some perforation holes right here above that. Then moving on to the medial side, almost a mimic of the lateral side, except for you do have some stitching that separates the two panels for the lateral side. That still is done that same nubuck type of material. Continuing on with the upper, they do come with flat white shoelaces. There are some perforation holes on the tongue. The tongue is also very soft, feels like it is nubuck as well. Then right above here, you do have your red Jumpman, and the top of the tongue is also has that rounded finish where you cannot see the cloth material art behind it. You also do have some nubuck material for the tongue up there as well. So really nice materials on the sneaker all the way around. We move on to the outsole of the sneaker. So it does have your classic Jordan 3 outsole with the Jordan branding back here. You have some circular traction right up here. You have the stars right here at the top, and it's all done in gray and white as the color scheme of the entire outsole. Now let's get inside the inside of the sneaker. So right behind the tongue, you do have some cloth material there that is done in that same cool gray color. And these insoles do come out of the sneaker, I believe. The insole does come out. It is glued down a little bit, but it does come out. And the insole is done in white, and you do have a red Jumpman branding down at the bottom of it. Entire insole is white from there, and that is how the glue looks on the bottom of it, in case you do plan to pick these up later on down the line and need to look at this to maybe legit check some pairs that you're looking to pick up on the resale market after the fact. And looking at the midsole, I think I forgot to go over, the midsole is in some gray and whites to complement the upper. So really dark charcoal gray around in the front with some gray stitching inside of that. You do have your white part of the midsole right here, then some more of that gray color wrapping along the back of it. And then the air bubble looks like that is orange, or it is orange inside of that air bubble. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well inside the camera, and it does have some pretty clear air bubble as well. And that's pretty much it for the details about the sneaker itself. So very, very simple colorway, but one that is very popular with OG Jordan collectors, as the cool gray theme was a big hit back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s. And this is going to bring that forward into the new age of sneaker collectors. But surprisingly, this colorway seems like it wasn't very popular. It doesn't have a whole lot of buzz to it right now. Let's talk about sizing for the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray. So typically in Air Jordan 3s, I always recommend going true to size. That works out best for me. It is a mid-cut sneaker, and these just seem to always work best for me going at least true to size. I have gone down a half size in some Jordan 3s because the price was better for the ones I was looking for. But if you're looking to pick these up and never owned a Jordan 3 before, definitely go true to size. You should be just fine with that. Now let's talk about the resale value for the Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray. Right now, these are going pretty close to retail. Retail was $190. After taxes in my area, came out to about $205. And right now on the resale market, these are going for in the mid 220s, I believe, which isn't that bad for a retro Jordan on the first week of release. But I think that this is a sneaker that, as time goes on, and when I say time goes on, I do mean maybe a year or two, these will definitely go up in value, as a cool gray colorway is one that is pretty popular. And the original cool gray 3s were going for over 300 bucks at some point. I think these will take some time for they go up that way. So if you're going to invest in a sneaker, and only into it for the short term, this probably would not be a good sneaker to invest in. But if you want to hold a few pairs for the long term, let's say 3 to 5 years, they might end up being profitable for you. Really depends on your strategy for how you invest in your sneakers. But now that we have those details out of the way, let's go ahead and get these both loosened up, get them on feet, and show you guys exactly how they look. That's going to do it for my review of the Air Jordan 3 in the cool gray colorway. Let me know what you guys think about this sneaker down in the comment section below. Did you pick these up? Did you pass on them? Do you plan to go back and maybe pick them up down the line? For me, it's a very clean colorway. I have a ton of gray sneakers in my collection right now. I don't know when that happened, but I do have a lot of gray sneakers in my collection. So if I do plan to keep these, something else would have to go. So I really need to figure out this is when I want to keep my collection for a while. Because again, a ton of gray sneakers in my collection that I recently have picked up, and this is one that the colorway is super clean. But do I like this one over some of my other gray sneakers? That still needs to be yet to be determined. But overall, very clean colorway. I understand why people like this cool gray color scheme. Really clean. They do look really good on feet as well. But very interested to know what you guys think, and if you guys plan to keep these, if you did pick them up, or did you pass on these? Let me know why down in the comment section below. Let's talk about the giveaway details. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we are currently holding a giveaway till the end of February, and to be interested in that giveaway, all you have to do is 3 things. 1, subscribe to the channel. 2, leave this video a like. 3, leave a comment down below. Anyone that comments on this video and any video that I drop between now and the end of February will be entered into the giveaway. And the more videos that you comment on, the more chances you have to win that giveaway. And at that time, I'm either going to give away a $100 gift card to a sneaker store, or depending on how many new subs we get between now and the end of February, I might be able to give away a sneaker. We'll see how things go between now and then. But that's going to do it for my review of the 2021 Air Jordan 3 Cool Gray. Again, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey. I look forward to catching you guys on my next review. Peace.